How's it going, guys? Cameron here, it's Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Now, I do want to say before I get started, I checked out PK in the Universe, his new video. It's really good. I'll leave a pinned comment with a link to the video if you want to check it out. But it just talks about how he is on his 9th year of doing YouTube as a hobby, and he talks about, you know, his journey along the way. Some of his ups and downs. I wouldn't say ups and downs, but, you know, it's a learning opportunity as far as production values are concerned. And he talks a little bit about the microphone that he uses and how he edits his videos. And his production values are absolutely night and day over, what they were when he first started out. And he's kind of similar to me in the fact that he's running his channel on kind of a shoestring budget. It is sort of a one-man band affair, and that's why I kind of like these smaller niche channels. Obviously we don't have the highest of production values, and sometimes we stumble and trip over our own feet when we're trying to deliver the message, but that's what sort of adds a little bit of uniqueness to our videos. And yeah, obviously we have fun along the way. I don't think any one of us are really taking this stuff too seriously, right? At least we shouldn't be. So I guess the main reason for this video today is to show a recent pickup that I received here. It's a very important game to me, and that's why I wanted to sort of put this video out. I don't want it to be too long in the tooth talking about it, but before we get started, the package I got in the mail, it was from Dads and Lads Gaming. Now, the funny story is, I shipped him out a package over 2 months ago. It was actually like a parcel, and I packed it full of a bunch of goodies. I even had like a Jaws VHS tape in there for his wife because I know she's a fanatic of all things sharks. Threw some chocolate in there, all the rest of it. And I think it got lost in the mail. I shipped it out to the UK. And I didn't pay for the tracking number because the cost of the tracking number exceeded the value of the contents within the package, right? I called Canada Post recently, and I told them, I'm like, listen, he hasn't gotten the package yet. It didn't come back to me. You know, I paid extra to have it come back to me if it wasn't deliverable. And they said, well, things are slow right now due to COVID-19. Shipping out to the UK can sometimes take over 2 months. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where it'll mysteriously show up on his doorstep a year from now. Who knows? But the irony of it, the funny thing about it is he shipped me this package, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and it's already arrived. So it's really, really bizarre, right? So I don't know. If you're watching this, I do apologize that you didn't get my package. Hopefully, somebody out there got it. Maybe it's out there floating in the Black Ocean, the Indian Ocean. What he sent me today, I'm already getting long in the tooth here. He sent me a copy of No Man's Sky, which I heard this didn't have the greatest launch, but now it's a completely different game than what it was when it first came out. I think you can play this as a single player campaign. I don't know if you have to be online or not to play it. I have watched recent videos on this game, and it looks totally different than what I initially looked at. I'm a huge fan of space exploration, and I'm very excited to check this out. So thanks so much for this, Marcus. And and Tommy as well. So the next thing I want to talk about here, ta-da! He sent me a copy of Another World, commonly referred to as Out of This World over in North America, and Flashback, the compilation pack. Now this is available through Microids only in the UK, but you can go into Walmart here in Canada and you can get Flashback on the PS4 as a standalone game. But this is the combo pack, and this is the one that I wanted. So I'm really, really ecstatic to have this. I can't thank him enough. And so it is the, as I try to stand this up, It is the 30th anniversary of Flashback this year. It's hard to believe it's been 30 years. The game came out originally in 1992. I think it came out for Amiga and MS-DOS in 92, and it may have came out on the Genesis and the Super NES in 93. Out of This World came out over 30 years ago. I think it came out 30 years ago as of last year, maybe the year before. So these games are very similar in scope. And one of the reasons why I love these games so much, and I had both these games back in the day on the Super NES. One of the reasons why I love these games so much is because in and around the time I had these games, me and my father used to watch movies a lot. And one of the movies we watched was Total Recall. You can see this is the I don't know what they call it there, the Mondu X collection from Best Buy. So Total Recall is one of my most favorite films of all time. When this came out a couple of years ago, I had to pick it up. And as you can see here, nothing special on the inside, but obviously a really nice steelbook. And Flashback, and a little bit of Out of This World as well, but mainly Flashback. The story is pretty similar to Total Recall, pretty similar. So you can imagine me watching Total Recall as a kid, and a couple years later I discover Flashback. I'm like, wow, this is a Total Recall the game. This is unbelievable. And one of the things that I really like about these games, I like the control scheme. I like how the characters, they're like they would call it rotoscoped technology. So what it was is they would actually film live actors, and these live actors would do these moves in front of a green screen. Like they'd do like a run, they'd do the leap that you have in Flashback and Out of This World. The scene at the beginning where you run in Out of This World, where you run and you jump onto the vine, that's a rotoscoped character. That was actually a live actor that did that, and they incorporated it into the game. Same as when you see Conrad in Flashback, when he does his jump and his arms are moving in the air like that. That's all rotoscoped. So, yeah, I was a big fan of the rotoscoped technology, and US Gold, Delphin Software used that technology in a lot of their games. They used it in Cruise for a Corpse, if I'm not mistaken. And even some other games of that era used it as well. Prince of Persia used it. And I'm pretty sure Blackthorn used rotoscope technology as well. Once we kind of got closer to the mid to late 90s, a lot of the games, again, became more 3D-esque, and we got away from the rotoscoped technology. But it really adds a lot of uniqueness to the game. And also as well, there was a sequel to Flashback, which was called Fade to Black, which I have on the PlayStation 1. And it's a really good game as well. And there was actually a sequel to Another World, which was Heart of the Alien, which came out on the Sega CD exclusively. The original designer of Out of This World had nothing to do with Heart of the Alien. There was no rotoscoped technology in that game. It is very different. It is unique to go back and look at it now, but it is not the original concept art direction of the original creator. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at those games. So that's why a lot of times you don't hear about Heart of the Alien that much. You don't, but you obviously do hear about Flashback, and you do hear about Out of This World. And the two games are intertwined. They're connected at the hip. They're very similar the way they play. They both sort of take place in another world, and they came out around the same time. Right around the same time as Total Recall. So it's no surprise that you can get these games bundled together. I'm so happy to have this in my collection, Marcus. You don't even know. And out of all the games that I'm looking forward to over the next 12 months, the game I'm looking forward to the most is the sequel to Flashback. There's a Flashback 2 coming out. And it's my understanding the original creator, Paul Crouzet, French game designer, he has involvement the sequel, Flashback 2, because there was a sort of like a spiritual successor, like a reimagining of Flashback that came out a couple of years ago on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and it was not well received. It really wasn't. It was really bad. And so I think that left a sour taste in a lot of our mouths. And for, Paul and hopefully some of the members of the original team to get back on board here for the 30th anniversary and come out with a Flashback 2, a true sequel, man, I'm really excited about that. For me, the dream of mine would be if the sequel was like rotoscoped as well. They could even reuse the original assets from the original game as far as the character is concerned, and just give us some new levels and make it like a true retro sequel. Oh my god, that would be so good. It'd be so good. They do not have to go 3D. If they do that, I'm gonna be really upset. But yeah, I'm hyped for it. I'm really excited for it, and I think it would be cool too if Eric Chanel, I think that's how you pronounce his name, the original creator of Another World, if he would revisit that game. Wow, that would be really cool. That's something that a lot of people would want to play for sure. So yeah, if you want to get a copy of this, the combo pack, you can order it through Microids, which, by the way, I was on their website recently, and there's a new Siberia game coming out. It might already be out on the PC. So for any of you guys that enjoy the Siberia games, those point-and-click adventures, you might want to check that out as well. But yeah, I'm probably going to pop this on tonight and take a look at it. I'm pretty sure, at least with Another World, it's got baked into it the 25th anniversary edition, which I already have digitally on the Xbox 360, but it's nice to have it a physical release. The 25th anniversary, it's like you can, with the click of a button, you can flip the graphics into modern age graphics, and it really enhances the look of Another World, but not in a way where it's worse. It looks really good the way that they've lightly dusted up and cleaned up the visuals, but not to the point where it's a radical change. And it's really cool to be able to flip back and forth between the original Another World and the revised 25th anniversary edition. The only sort of gripe I have with regards to the PS4, the modern port of Another World, I wish they would have had the Super NES intro with that audio. As far as Flashback is concerned, I'm not quite sure what port this is. I don't know if it's the Sega CD. I think the Sega CD had its own audio and its own CGI cutscenes, so it'll be interesting to check that out as well. So yeah, I am rambling on here. I do apologize. I just wanted to sort of share my enthusiasm for these two retro games, probably my most favorite games of that era, to be honest with you. And to be able to sort of revisit these games now in the modern era on my PS4. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Thanks so much, Marcus. I really do appreciate that very much. And so that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts on the 30th anniversary of these two fantastic games. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.